Welcome to another educational video by readnews.in. In this video, we are going to learn what are fossils. Fossils are the remains of ancient species that have been preserved or evidence of their remains. Fossils are not the actual remains of the organism. They are formed from sedimentary rocks. Hard parts of the organisms are the usual subjects for fossilization, like the bones, the shell, and the tree trunk. Some sample fossils are fossilized animal, fossilized shell, and fossilized plant. There are five types of fossils: mold fossil, fossil cast, petrified fossils, carbon films, and trace fossils. What are mold fossils? When sediments fill in the remain of dead organism and later on solidify, this becomes a fossil. Over time, the remains of the organism do not persist, leaving a hollow imprint on the sedimentary rock. This is called a mold fossil, just like a mold. Next, we have fossil cast. Fossil cast is the opposite side of the mold fossil. Cast preserves a three-dimensional impression of the remain buried in a sediment. Fossil casts are found when sediment fills up an underground fossil mold to make a fossil in the shape of the organism form. Petrified fossil. Petrified fossils are the remains of organisms that have turned into a mineral, rock, or stone through the process of petrification. Petrified fossils are fun to look at since you get to see the actual shape or form of an organism's body part. Next, we have carbon film. A carbon film, also known as a carbonaceous film, is the outline of an organism that has been preserved as fossil. Carbon films are the imprint of organisms that were crushed under a lot of pressure and left a perfect outline of the surface. You can see some examples here. Next, we have trace fossil. Trace fossils are the traces of previous life forms. These can be day-to-day activities that are preserved and fossilized. Trace fossils are formed when an organism leaves traces from doing daily activities like running, burrowing, or walking. These traces then leave imprints and later on become fossils. Here is fossil formation step. When an organism dies, its soft parts often decompose or are eaten by animals. The remains of organisms are covered by sediments. These sediments become rock. As the remains break down, it leaves holes in the sediment which are then filled by minerals. The result is a copy of organism made out of minerals. The fossil will eventually come to the surface of a result of a weathering and erosion. Now, what are the lesson highlights? Fossils are the remains of ancient species that have been preserved or evidence of their remains. There are five types of fossils that can be found in rocks, which is mold, cast, petrified, carbon film, and trace fossil. And fossils require tremendous amount of time to be formed. Fossils formation is a series of events that show how a fossil forms. To get more educational content like this, please subscribe to readnews.in. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.